Hey, all right, everybody, how's it going? Look, I've got another box. Right, okay, so what's inside this box? Well, let's get everything out of the box, have a look what's in the box, put the bike together, then we'll get it back by here. Right by here. Okay, so inside the box, we got this bit here. Don't know what that is yet. We'll open that up and have a look. We got the big orange box with the toolkit in, it says for there. We got the handlebars and we got the front mudguard. So let's have a look inside here and inside there. Oh, and also there's the bike down there. And you've got to put the front wheel on as well. Okay, so I opened that part up and that's a front mudguard. So we'll put that on. We've got the front grips there. Nice toolkit there. We got the pedals, we got a pump, and we got the charger. Right, okay, here it is, all put together, the Cyrusher Voyage. Very nice looking bike, and there's something quite exciting, well I think it is, down by there, just down by there. So let's have a look what it's all about. So the exciting part I was talking about was the gear set. It's a 10-speed gear set, and then down by there, the Shimano Tiagra derailleur. So that's an upgraded gear set, which is better than the usual 7 speeds you get. The battery is housed by there in the frame. I don't know if you can see there. That's where you charge it. There's a key that goes on the other side. Then you can undo the battery there. There we go. It all goes down there. We'll have a look at the battery. I'll take it out a little bit later on. Now, another nice thing on this e-bike is it's got a rear rack there and a front rack there. And they're quite compact, they're not very intrusive, so they don't spoil the style of the bike. And I think they're quite nice. I think they're integrated into the bike quite well. So looking down here at the wheels and the brakes, we've got 160mm discs, Shimano hydraulic brakes, and the wheel size is a 700, which is about, I think it's about 28 inches, and the tyres are 700 times 45C. Okay, so this is what it looks like with me sitting on the bike. I'm 5'10", 178 centimetres or 1.78 metres. The handlebars there, they have got adjustments so they can go up and down. So when I put my hands on the handlebars, I'm in an almost upright position. So it is very, very comfortable. So the display isn't up on the handlebars, it's integrated into the frame there, look. And you have got the on-off button, but that does other functions as well. If you hold it for a few seconds, like that, it will turn the light on. You've got to hold it for a certain amount of time. I don't know if you can see there, the light has come on. Hold it for a few seconds again, and the light goes off. If you want to go through the modes, you just press it quickly like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you want to get into the settings, I believe it's double click, like so. Or is it 3 clicks? I'm not quite sure. 3 clicks. And then you go into the actual settings mode. If you want to exit, you hold the button down, you'll see a line at the bottom there, and as soon as it goes blue you can leave go and it comes back to the main menu. Right, okay, that was a quick look around the bike. It has got integrated headlight and tail light, but we'll have a look at them a little bit later on, somewhere dark. Anyway, let's get this bike out on the old open road. Right, okay, here we are, out on the old open road. Bit of a hill by here. It's actually quite easy with the 10-speed, the big cog in the back. I think I'll head up towards the mountain. Let's go up to the mountain and have a look what this bike is all about. Now it's about a mile away. I think it's about a mile or so until I get to the mountain. And it's very warm today. So let's get going. Now I've got this on level assist 5, which is the full assist. And because it's got the big gear, it is quite easy, but I've still got to put a little bit of effort in. Let's get through this little thing by here. Yeah, just about fitted through. But we're on a hill now. And It's okay, it's quite comfortable. Now, there's no thumb throttle, there's no twist throttle, there's no throttle at all. All it is pedal assist, and I believe it's a torque sensor. It feels like a torque sensor to me. You've got to push to get the old power going. So it's a 100% legal UK and EU e-bike. Now, I gotta say, it's really easy to pedal. It's more like a bike, if you know what I mean. It's very light, got the big wheels. So it's easy to just pedal along. I'm doing 15 miles per hour at the moment. You can't see the screen because it's down there on the frame. Let's see if I can go a bit faster. Doing 16 miles per hour now, but it has cut out on the motor. Right, okay, there is a big hill down here. Round the corner, let's go round here. And there'll be a big, massive hill. So we'll just see what it's like. Now, today is the hottest day in Wales so far. I think it's going to be 28 degrees, close to 29 degrees maybe. But let's get into gear 1. Now this hill is extremely steep, so we'll see how much of a effort I got to put in. And I have got to put some manual power in, but I'm still getting up the hill. It's the heat that is getting to me at the moment because I've got this jacket on as well, only because of fulfillment purposes to keep the camera and stuff covered up. Anyway, let's see if I can get up here. So like I said, it's a torque sensor, so you have got to put a bit of effort in. Now, I have just realised something. There can't be a walk function on this bike because the only button is that power button by there, and if you hold that down, it turns the power off. So there can't be a walk function. Another thing I just noticed as well is that the actual gear in the lever where you move the gears, there's no numbers, so you can sort of guess where you are. I'm sort of in the middle now, so I should be probably in gear 5. Let's have a look. Let me just see if I am in gear 5, because there is no markings. I don't know if you can see on there. There is no markings on there at all on the actual thing. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am in gear 5, so you can sort of work it out, because the red thing is almost halfway, so you know you're in gear 5 basically. And if you're in the middle of the middle, in a quarter, you're in gear 2 or 3, so you can work it out, even though there's no markings. Anyway, let's carry on. Now, it's quite a nice bright sunny day today, so I can't really test. There's nowhere along here where I can test the actual lights. So I'll go out tonight and I'll see what the lights are like. So we'll put that footage in of me going out tonight, in the night, right now. Right, okay, I'm outside in the dark, so we'll try the light. So you've got to hold this button down here. Let me go a bit closer like that there. There's the on-off button. You've got to hold it down for about 2 seconds, like so, and then leave go when it goes blue. Then the light comes on, and you can see, let me just go back and forth like that, like that. Let's point it down a little bit lower, like so, like that. Quite nice and bright, nice bright light. Let's go in the back and have a look at the back light. There we go. That's lovely and bright as well. There's the front light, there's the back light. Lovely. Right, okay then, so that was the test of the lights. Now, I gotta say, I'm gonna say this bike is, I find it very comfortable to ride. It's very comfortable, nice riding position. This is for my height, mind, but you have got adjustment in the handlebars. The seat, it feels okay actually. Actually, let's have a look at the seat. Let's get off and have a look at the seat. So, I don't know if you can see that seat there, but it's very squishy, and it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's got a bit of width to it. It's squishy in the front, look there. and it's nice and squishy all the way along. It's got this like bit going across, which is like a little bit sticky, but not sticky, if you know what I mean. So the seat is quite nice. Now I'm in 5th gear, and now you haven't got any brake cut-offs either. The hydraulic brakes, they don't cut off the motor. But let's try and pull off in 5th gear. We're just using a torque sensor. Let's see if it kicks in quickly. Let's have a feel. Yeah, it comes in almost straight away, so that's quite easy to pull off, even in the lower gears, or higher gears. Which is it? In the middle. Just out of curiosity, we're on a slight hill by here. We're going upwards towards a place called Arbitrado, so it's up all the way from where I live. But let's just turn it on to 0 assist, and I'm in gear 5 now, and it's quite an easy bike to pedal. Let's go into the 1st gear, and it's a piece of cake. So you can ride this like a bike. And what I mean by a bike, I mean you can ride it, if your battery did run out, you can still ride the bike quite easily. I say quite easily, I prefer the assistance of the electric motor, obviously. But it's quite easy to move along. You have got quite thin tyres. The bike's not too heavy, so it's quite easy to ride like a bike as well as an e-bike. Now, I was going to go up over the top of the mountain, but I've decided to come through this. This used to be the railway line from Arbitrado and Singenith. I've decided to come this way because it's all in the shade, because it was just too hot. It was too hot out in the old, out in the sunshine. So I've come this way, and it's lovely and cool. I gotta say, yeah, I do like this bike. It's not a powerhouse. It does feel, it feels exactly like a legal 250 watt e-bike. That's what it feels like. Obviously it's torque sensing, like I've said, it's not cadence sensing. So you have got to push to get the most out of it. But overall, it's a very nice bike. Now, it does come in 3 colours. So I'll put the 3 colours up on the screen, obviously including this one, which is a orange and black, which looks very, very nice. I think it comes in a blue as well, and a black. Now the brakes are hydraulic. They are sort of branded Shimano. We'll give the brakes a test when we come back down. When I come back this way, we'll give the brakes a test when we're going downhill slightly. Bit more of a test for the brakes, but they do feel very, very good at this moment. So let's carry on this way. Now, there's a sign by here. It's covered over a bit, but it does show. Let me stop and show you. Let me just show you here. There we go. It says, the birds of Arbor Valley. We've got a tawny owl, greater spotted woodpecker, a dipper, kingfisher, blackbird, robin, song thrush, and buzzard. And this has been here for years. There's a little bit of information about birds there. Anyway, let's carry on. I won't go up that hill there. I'll go up that way there. Now, years ago when I was a lad, back in the day, I used to go down this hill in front of me here and try and freewheel down it and get up the other side without pedaling. So let's bring this down like so. Right, like I said, I freewheel down this hill here, and then I'll do a bit of pedaling first, and then we'll see if we can go down here and get up the other side without pedaling on the other side. This is just gravity. What are we doing? 20 miles an hour, 22, 23, 24, 26 miles an hour. Can we get up the other side without pedaling? I am going to turn right by here now, so not quite, almost up there, and I'm going to turn by here. This is where it stopped. So that's how good it freewheels. Not scientific, but there we are. It went quite nice down there. Should we go on the road? Let's go on the road. See what it's like on the road. It's quite nice on the road, this bike is. I think it's suited to the road more than anything else. It's a pretty good road bike, this is. Right, down the gears. Yeah, I think you could get a good few miles under your belt on this bike because it's so easy to ride. Let's give him a little bit of a wave. Thank you very much. Car coming behind me, I think. Hope he doesn't try and overtake me now. Oh. It did give me plenty of room. Yes, like I said, I think you could get a good few miles under your belt on this bike because it's so easy to ride. It is a nice bike, I gotta say. It's and it feels quality. And a couple of people have stopped me and said, that's a nice looking bike. So it must be a nice looking bike. Anyway, I'm coming to my destination, so I'll catch up with you when I go back the other way. Sounds like a lorry behind me at the moment. I'm going up here out the way. Right, okay, making my way back down now, downhill the way, so it's very, very nice. And I gotta say, I'm enjoying this Cyrusher Voyage, I think it's called, is it? I think something just flew into my face then. I'm enjoying this bike quite a lot. Oh, now, I did say I'd do a brake test. Let's go a little bit faster. Let's get up to 15 miles per hour. We're about 15 miles per hour now, so ready, steady, go. Oh, I gotta say, that stopped brilliantly. It was very good, but the back brake was locked up, so, and some people have complained that I shouldn't lock the back brake up, but then it's difficult not to lock the back brake up when you're trying to do a brake test. Let's have a quick look behind me, if there's any marks on the road. There's a little bit down by there, but it's a bit wet. But I gotta say, that stopped very quickly. So the brakes are fantastic. I didn't have to pull them that hard either. So let's carry on down the road. So I'll say the brake test was, it's one of the better ones I've tried, even though they're 160mm discs. The actual brakes themselves, the hydraulic brakes, they work very, very well. Now, like I said earlier, I could happily go quite a long distance on this bike because it's very easy to move around and it's very comfortable. Well, I feel comfortable on this bike. There's a big hill by here, so we'll try this big hill again. Now, like I said, it's not a powerhouse. It is more like a genuine 250 watt e-bike. But because the bike is easy to pedal, let's see if I can get some power up here. And I gotta say, the brake, you go through the gears and the derailleur does work very, very well. It's very smooth. The gear change is very smooth. It's nice. Now, if I was gonna keep this bike, the only thing I'd change, I think, is I'd put a slightly bigger, squishier seat on it because it's a little bit firm for me. It's not an uncomfortable seat, but it's not the type of seat I'd have on this bike. I'd have a slightly wider seat with a bit more squish. Now, I did say earlier at the beginning of the video that we'd have a quick look at the battery. So let's have a look at me taking the battery out and we'll see what it says on the battery. Okay, so it comes with 3 keys. So we'll give that a bit of a turn like that and a click like so. That drops down like that. It's still held in with this little bit underneath there. Don't know if you can see that. I'll turn that there, then the battery drops down like so, and I can take it out. Now, hopefully that's focusing on that battery there, and it says 36 volts, 14 amp hours, or 505 watt hours. Right, okay, that was the battery. So let's carry on down the road here on this beautiful sunny day in South Wales. Now, if you are after a bike that's more like a bike, then you can't go wrong with this bike because it is like a bike, but it's got quality brakes, it's got quality gearing system. I think the whole bike, it just feels like a quality made bike. It's a very well made bike. As far as I can see, it is a good quality bike that's like a bike. Now there is a gate up by here and you've got to lift the bike up to get up the steps. So let's just try it. Let's see how light the bike is and see if I can get it up here. So here we go in front of me here. There's some steep steps there. So we'll give it a bash. If the bike is light, it should be quite easy. Oh, there we go. That wasn't too bad at all. Now, some of the bigger bikes, like the 48 volt fat tyre bikes, I can't lift them up there, but that was easy. Anyway, that was a little bit of a shortcut. Let's go down this way now. And I think I'll make my way back now. I think we'll call it the end of the video, and I'm gonna make my way back. Right, okay, that's my review of the Cyrusher Voyage. All the links will be down in the description below. And if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ho-hoi!